Yo, what is up, Raidernation? It's your boy Small Raider back at it again with another pre-game preview. And in this week's matchup, I got our Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I know that last week we took an L, and the week before that we took an L, but this week we finna bounce back. Hopefully, Bill Goldberg can rally up his troops and come away with the victory this Sunday. I do want to give a huge shout out to all the Raider fans out there that haven't given up on the season just yet, because we still got a long way to go. But before I do get started with this video, I want to give a huge shout out to my guys over at BlackSundayShop.com for hooking up your boy with some more Nation gear, like this Darren Waller t-shirt right here. My goodness, the packaging is just exquisite. And on top of that, they even hooked up your boy with some more Nation gear. So like I said before, if you guys trying to go get some gear, head over to BlackSundayShop.com to go get yours today. With all that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's get started with your pre-game preview.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now, y'all already know the deal. I got some quick Nation news that you can use. The Raiders have signed wide receiver Tyron Johnson to the practice squad. Johnson, 25 years old, spent time with the Jaguars and Chargers before coming to Vegas. The 6'1", 193-pound receiver ran a 4.36 40 at his pro day and could provide some much-needed speed to the team. In his career so far, he's played in 17 games, tallying 22 receptions, 414 yards, and 3 touchdowns. According to Ian Rappaport, Johnson has a chance to get called up to the active roster quickly. In a corresponding move, the Raiders have released wide receiver Marcel Aitman from the practice squad. And as far as you guys' Raiders injury report going into this matchup versus the Cincinnati Bengals, cornerback Keyshawn Nixon and linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski are both out, and cornerback Brandon Faison and running back Jalen Richard are both questionable. Now, our Raiders have dropped 2 in a row coming off of our bye week. Still trying to find our way back into the win column as we now shift our focus over to the 5-4 Cincinnati Bengals. Last week's matchup versus the Chiefs was the biggest loss that the team has had this season on all phases of the game. The defense gave up over 400 yards passing and 5 touchdowns to Patrick Mahomes, and the offense was barely able to keep drives alive. Turnovers killed any momentum that the team had, whether it was Carr throwing up a prayer or D-Jax fumbling the ball away. The Bengals are coming into town with their high-powered offense led by Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, and Jamar Chase. Burrow comes into this game leading the league in yards per completion with 12.8 and a total of 20 touchdowns on the season. His number one wide receiver in Chase has been on a tear this year with 44 receptions, 835 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Running back Joe Mixon adds 7 more touchdowns to the season as well. If the Raiders want to win this game, the pass rush has got to do better than they did last week, only coming away with 3 quarterback hits and 0 sacks. When Max and Nick are able to get to the quarterback, it helps his defense all around. And with Burrow throwing a total of 11 interceptions on the season, we could possibly add to that stat line. The Raiders' ground game needs to be more effective in this game, whether it's Drake or Josh in the backfield, and Derek Carr has to step up and be the leader that we all know he can be and send the Bengals back to Cincy with a big fat L. If there was any time for DC and this offense to turn up, it should be this week versus the Bengals. Their defense has given over 30 points in the last 2 games, and all we can ask for as Raider fans is just win, baby, by any means.
I got the keys now.
Now for your 3 keys to the game. The first key being, well, you know what? I'm going to give it over to our former head coach to let you guys know what the first key is.
But more than anything, I want better execution. Are we clear on that? I want better fucking execution.
And he's absolutely right. We need better fucking executions on all phases of the game. Offensively, we got to do better getting into the red zone. And when we are in the red zone, we need to score points. And not only that, converting on third downs. Last week, we only converted 1 of 9 chances on third down. So we got to do much better, especially in this game, if we want to win. And on top of that, our defense has got to play better all around, whether it's getting to the quarterback, stopping the run, or heck, not giving up chunk plays on every single drive like we did against the Chiefs. And speaking of better fucking execution, our run game has got to be better. We got to step up against the Bengals. Last week, Derek Carr was our leading rusher. Yeah, you heard it. Derek Carr was our leading rusher, rushing 3 times for 18 yards. Both of our running backs that we had in Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs, they both had 16 total yards rushing. So we got to do much better than that. It's honestly sad as fuck. If Derek Carr is your leading rusher, then something is wrong. Now, for my second key of the game, it's limiting turnovers. In these past two games that we had, the past two losses that we had against the Giants and the Chiefs, we had a total of 5 turnovers, which is unacceptable. In this last week alone, Derek Carr threw up a prayer, which he shouldn't have, which ended up being interception, and then Deshaun Jackson, who had a wide open touchdown, fumbled the ball away. And then the week before that against the Giants, Derek Carr threw 2 interceptions, one getting taken back to the house, and we had a fumble. We have got to limit those turnovers in this week's matchup if we want any chance of winning this game. Now, my third and last key to the game is protecting Derek Carr. Do I need to explain this anymore? This offensive line struggled last week against the Chiefs, and Derek Carr was basically running for his life. You've seen him in the pocket, kind of getting a little bit jittery, trying to run outside the pocket, trying to make plays, and there was some receivers that were open downfield that Derek Carr couldn't even get the ball to because he was constantly being pressured. And on the play that Derek Carr threw an interception, this offensive line broke down, and it was his fault for trying to throw the ball up in the air, trying to make a play. Obviously, it didn't happen, but we already know when you give Derek Carr time, he'll make plays. And when he makes plays, we win games. Simple as that.
Knock on wood if you have that message, please. And we're here to help you.
Now for my 3 players to watch in this game. First one being cornerback Casey Hayward. Now, Casey has been one of the few bright spots on the defensive side of the ball, especially in Gus Bradley's system. And he's usually lined up against #1 receivers on opposing teams. And this week's matchup, he's going to have the task of going one-on-one with Jamar Chase, a rookie that has been balling out this season. Coming into this game, Casey Hayward has not given up a touchdown, and hopefully he can leave this game not giving a touchdown as well. But Jamar Chase is going to be a tough task, but I do trust Casey Hayward to go out there and lock him down. Now, the second player on my list is quarterback Derek Carr. Now, ever since the bye week, he has not been looking like himself, especially in that Giants game. Had his worst game yet, and last week he had a bit of a better game overall, but he still had turnovers. So far, he's thrown 3 interceptions since the bye week, and he's got to do a much better job out there trying to make plays, trying to get into the end zone and win the game. Now, I do understand that this offensive line plays a huge part in how well Derek Carr plays, but I do expect him to come back and bounce back this week and get that W against the Bengals. Now, the third and last player to watch in this game is Mad Max Crosby. Crosby has definitely been our best player on the defensive side of the ball, thanks to Yannick Ngakoue on the other side, coming away with 5 sacks and 22 quarterback hits on the season. Now, we all know as Raider fans what Mad Max Crosby is capable of on the defensive side of the ball, but what I'm really going to be looking forward to watching is how many times Max gets held without getting a flag. Heck, last week, man, I told you guys in my other videos that it could have been a different outcome if this guy got the flags, but you know what? We're used to it as Raider fans. I know Max is used to it, and he's just got to go out there and ball out. Honestly, when Crosby's able to do his thing and not get held and get to the quarterback, this whole defense thrives. So with that being said, my prediction for him going into this game, I do see Max Crosby finally getting back to the quarterback, at least getting 2 sacks in this game. But do you guys agree with me? Is there any other players that you guys are looking forward to watching in this game? And what is your game score prediction for the Raiders versus Bengals Week 11 matchup? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this pre-game preview. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, this is your boy Small Raider, and your boy is yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.